Welcome to the stream. We are by the island of Oahu in Hawaii. And I'm trying to find a few spots to basically pick up points and these points. So sorry about that. So I've been dealing with a lot of issues with the flight simulator today. 2 reinstallations, including all of the content that I have extra, third party, everything. So it's not been a good day, but hopefully I managed to get this working like it should. It was my own fault. I went a little far with the script about this plane, so I realized that I'll just have to learn how to land this one. I've been watching a few other videos with other people flying it, and they don't seem to have that issue, so it's probably me, but well, let's create new reference points and get this baby running. All right, close up here. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see if I can find the handle on this one. It's not as easy as it should be, I think. Hang on, maybe if I do this. No, alright. What if I do this? Maybe I should just lean out the window. Maybe that's a better way of doing it. Yeah, that was a ladder. I got that one anyway. There it is. Got it. Alright. So that's our new way of closing that door, that hatch. Alright. So the fuel is already on. Batteries are on. Gonna do some pumps with a wobble pump here. Get up the fuel pressure. And that seems to be great, actually. So gonna do calming the engines a bit. Let's hope that works. And we are going to start let's say number 2. We might start turning to the left, so we're going to start number 2, clear, prop. And then it starts spinning, and then introducing the fuel. Entry number 2. Auto rich, and engine number 1. Oh, we're gonna actually end up on the land here, but it's fine. Introducing fuel. There. That's it. It's a little loud because I haven't closed the window yet. I'm going to do that in a sec. Sorry about that. Alright. Okay, carburetor heats. They are actually, I think they are a little too cold there. Under 20, I think they should be around 20. Just heat them a bit. Right. Propeller lever was all the way forward. That's coming now. Right. that's it. Trying to. All right. I think yeah. That was the parking brake applied, and I couldn't move my rudder pedals. So we have a little water rudder right now, helping us to maneuver from this bay. I'm doing my best. Feels a little tight actually. So, alright, seems like we did it. Let's have a view from outside. Pretty cool. I'd say this looks pretty cool. Don't want to run the engines too hard now because we're still getting there with the temperatures, the oil temp. But we are actually ready for takeoff there. So flaps 30. I'm actually not sure about the flaps configuration for start because it almost feels like it doesn't have any problem taking off without flaps at all, and that's with pretty much load. So we have I think we have 7. We can check it actually. This is our load configuration right now. So we have a takeoff weight of maximum of 8,000 pounds, and we are 7,330. So we're not full, but we're close to full. And the weather is kind of varying a bit. Set this marker for remembering the wind direction of the wind coming from. So this is gonna aim for how we and the optimal landing course heading. Maybe something like that. 22-ish. All right. So I was thinking we should fly back to Honolulu from here. We're on the, let's see, let's bring up the AFAR map so I can show you guys where we're at. So yeah, PHNL, all the planes there, the southern side, that's where we're going. But I thought we would go around this coastline basically and check out this place down here, maybe land and see if we can find a suitable place basically to for the pickup. I'm not sure if you can find anything. I will be on the lookout for a set of third-party docks or something for Hawaii, because this is something I'm gonna do. Just like Alaska, I guess, and California. So those are the 3 places I'm probably gonna use the Goose mostly. I hope you guys can hear me good, because in a few streams I had it was a little it was too loud around me, so sometimes when I talk a little quiet, I couldn't hear or know what I was saying, so it was like mumbling. All right, get rid of this. Gonna put in a different squawk code here for now. And I'm looking forward to this GPS Garmin system to work, because it doesn't really right now. It's too small, the format. It's like 1/4 quarter of that little screen there, so it's hard to see. All right, we're gonna turn around basically, and we're gonna be taking off with a slight crosswind, but not serious ones, like a couple of knots. Sorry about that. I don't know how to pronounce the speed knots without saying nuts. So it is what it is. Okay, flaps configured, gears are up, and temperature's looking fine. We're gonna ease a little more on these carburetor heat, and looks like we go for good configuration of these mixtures. Auto rich, and we're gonna try to perform a takeoff. So trim is a little too much, something like that. All right, here we go. Coming up on the step here in a second. There we go. Not over 35 in manifold pressure, if I can help it. And we have a takeoff. Still struggling a little bit with that, but mainly I do better takeoffs than landings with this one. It's definitely not the same with the Microsoft's Goose. It has totally different dynamic around landings, so I usually don't bounce a lot with that one, but with this one I bounce. I'm all over the place really, and it's kind of annoying because, well, all of a sudden you just can't land and you don't know what hit you, right? All right, it's good practice though, so I need to be really thorough with this one, I guess. No room for errors, or I will just bounce up. I'm pretty sure I have a little too much nose down versus the speed, I guess, but I'm not sure. We actually go in the wrong direction right here, but right now, but it's fine. I'm gonna circle around, overland, and turn back. Reason being, I love the scenery around here, so I love checking out the environment. Alright, we're gonna ease up with RPMs here, propeller RPMs. Should be between 20-21, I guess. Sounds actually pretty good, and 32 on the manifold pressure. I'm gonna keep my landing lights on because of the poor visibility. Also, I'm flying kind of low all the time, so can be on. No problemo. Alright, let's check from outside a bit. Looking good, the Goose. Looks great. Right. Getting back into the cockpit. And I'm going for a slice of pizza because I haven't been eating. I didn't eat before the stream, so I just had to get it started working with the simulator all day long. So the reason being I reinstalled it. I was fiddling with the scripts on this one and back and forth, and I maybe 2 or 3 times came to a point where I just had to remove it because I kind of lost track of what I've been doing, and it just, you know, piled up with too much changes, and I wasn't happy with it anyway. I never got rid of this bouncing, so that was basically it. I just felt like it was stepping up too early on the step, and that the plane in general had a little too much lift, but that was my reference. No one else seemed to be complaining about this bird, so yeah, so basically I removed it a couple of times, but I did it the correct way, so I basically uninstalled it in the game, and then I removed all of the maps, the folders. Okay, we got a little stuttering. Might be that my add-ons will be a problem. We'll see. Anyway, so the last try I tried to remove it. I did it while the game was on, so I removed the folder. Sure, I uninstalled it, but I removed the folder while the game was on, and it seems like I shouldn't have. That was like a mistake. So the game didn't like that, so it started not shutting off. So whenever I tried to shut it off, it wouldn't do that. And also I couldn't. I lost all access to the marketplace and to the content manager, so I couldn't do anything about it. Couldn't reinstall this one, and so I just had to reinstall the whole game basically. And then when I was done with the first installation, I realized that the package folder where you have all the bought airplanes and all the downloaded content, it went on C. So I didn't want to, stuff C with a lot of things that is needed for Windows. So I tried to move it, and I messed that up too. Usually I can do stuff like that, but yeah, it seems like I have having a hard time right now with stuff like that. So I messed that one up. So I had to just remove it all again. So 4 hours just, went straight to nothing. Then I had to reinstall everything, and then I actually, from start, realized that I could change the location of the packages where they should go, and it went to the same hard drive basically, same SSD as the game or the simulator is installed. Okay, it seems like we have a few docks going on around here. Let's just check it out. I think this is an air base, I'm not sure, but I think it is. There are one smaller runway, I'm thinking helicopters, yeah, basically. This is, it is planes, but yeah, the satellite picture actually, it looks like it's helicopters down there. So yeah. It's an air base, naval air base. Right, so that dock didn't really look as a dock, it was just an image, satellite image, so I really need to find something that replaces these spots with real ducks that I actually can come close to with the goose, and that would feel more accurate and immersive. All right, we're gonna continue around this island by the coastline, going down the coastline. Yeah, that marina would be perfect actually, but it's also just an image, so would I get close, the whole illusion would be a fact. But yeah, these guys seems to have dogs too. That would be cool. Like yeah, he's going home from Honolulu, so we're just gonna fly him home, right? To his own dock, basically. Yeah, a little too much RPMs going on here. There, it's better. The weather is not the best, but I find it exciting with a little variation in the weather. It also feels more real. I think with clear skies, like not even a cloud, that feels, it's something going on with the colors in the simulator, so that looks more like a simulator to me than flying around in this lighting with these variations where you can see the sun coming out and just shining through, shining up the spot, lighting it up. Like here, it's just great. It looks so great, and the rain is gone for the moment, but we're gonna get more over there. So only thing I did was set up a broken clouds basically, and then I added just a tad of rain, like minimal. I can show you how much. So this is my weather configuration here. Precipitation just 0.06, so that's not much, but it's enough for creating that effect and still have, I mean, fairly good visibility. And my winds are like this, like 5 knots coming from southwest, and gust. Oh, no gusting. I thought I set that up. All right, I want a little gusting though. Let's say 3 knots, something like that. Or gusting coming from the west. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe a little more. There, 6. Yeah, that gives a little more movement to the water surface. It's kind of cool. All right, so usually I set this up, but it seems like I didn't get that part this time. When I reinstalled the simulator, I was almost petrified about losing all my control profiles that I set up for the different airplanes, and that was like, that's hard work. Like it's a lot to do and a lot to configure, and at one point I tried to restore files, and it said that I might lose like saved stuff. I'm happy to say it didn't include my saved profiles, so they seems to be online in the cloud, in one of these clouds maybe. Anyway, that was like So I didn't have to remake. I didn't have to struggle with that anyway. So that's good. However, I lost my preset weathers. I did a weather configuration called Jamaica Rain. Jamaica Rain. And it was like these huge clouds, high clouds, like fluffy clouds. And kind of this weather, but it was more intense. When you got into the rain, it was intense, and when you were outside of it, it was regular sun. So it was more contrast to the weather on that one. So I have to remake that. I have no clue if I can do it. Maybe if I have some old recording or if I have it on stream, I don't know. Just going through it in the moment, maybe I can see what my settings were. But wind wise, I have no idea, so I can never reset the wind. So I'm gonna have to come up with something new. Sure. I didn't reinstall all the planes. I mean, I was flying this from day one, basically. No, I was flying this from day one, and you didn't have many airplanes back then, so, and not really good ones. So whenever the marketplace released a new one, you bought it basically just because, oh, a new plane, I like to have it, I want to try it. So I have a couple of planes that I just don't really like. Not really, I mean, they are okay, but there are others that I like more and fill the purpose in a wider range. So yeah, it's a little something like, if I can figure out the landings with this one, I'm probably not gonna fly the Widgeon much more. Not that anything is bad with the Widgeon, it's just that I like the Goose better. I always liked it better. That was the original fascination from start. Alright, so we're just gonna check out this bay to the right. I'm gonna fly over it a couple of times, see if we can find a spot where we actually could dock, basically, or feel like it's a docking, or that where we could just dropping our gears in water and basically roll up to land from there. Kind of like down here at this beach part is could work actually. So just basically pulling up on that beach there and getting unloaded and loaded, and that's about it. Okay, we're gonna have a little flap configuration here, flaps 30 coming down, because I'm getting slow. I need my lift. Yeah, we have really wants to go down with the nose, so I trim up like crazy. I have a lot of nose up trim right now. Like, oh, I can see it. I won't look at. I won't be looking down there now, but try to see it. Okay, so I have been in this bay before. Didn't find any spots right here. I mean, it just looks weird coming too close to these docks. Not real docks, just satellite pictures. So I rather not. I rather take, a spot by the beach or whatever. So we're gonna do a little. We're gonna actually. I'm actually gonna land here just to see if I can enter that beach over there and see if I can. So it looks like we're gonna go out a bit, then turn around to the right and land along the coastline there. That's what it looks like to me. Okay, we are really slow now. I have to pay attention here. I have to pay more attention. Alright. Yeah, I said I would take a pizza slice, but I never did. Too much talking, as usual. I just have on and off, so either I'm just quiet like a mouse, just listening. But if I start talking, well, that's it. Let me remind you about the fact that this is a monologue. So. Flaps 30. Gears up. RPM full. Forward. Mixture auto rich. Starting to trim. Going back to the trim a little bit because it was just ridiculous how much I had to trim up there. So back there. Iffy, but I think we'll be fine. It feels actually pretty okay. It feels okay. But I will probably bounce because I always do, see? And when I start bouncing, that's it basically. So coming back down harder each time. So something wrong with my attitude here. Plane's attitude, or I don't know. It's like maybe I'm coming back too much on the throttle, but see, I really like. I need to do some speed now. Starting to get. Come on, please, don't bounce. Losing my flaps. I did it. So that's actually what they do. They lose their flaps as soon as they touch water, or soon after they touch water. Oh, I really wish they would fix the sound, because I just feel the Microsoft one, it's like all the way, so you can really hear when you get contact with the water surface. You can hear it on the keel all the way, and that's just so cool. It helps to know if you're actually on the water or not, if you're just, you know, on the ground effect, floating. All right, let's find a spot on the beach. So listen to the sputtering of these Pratt & Whitneys. All radial engines. I love it. So do we have, yeah, we still have the water rudder down. I was meant to be pulling that up from the water, but this one actually doesn't have a rudder, but the effect is there, so no animation of any rudder. This is just to make it more easy to navigate in water. Also, since the physics of the simulator is still, they are not there, so the water physics, not really anyway. I'm sure they're gonna figure something out. It's gonna be better, sure. Don't want to be coming too fast here, but maybe a little more. How about this picture? It's so cool. It looks real. except for this part with the water. You never want to move the camera over here. I think the starting point for this effect should start maybe around the second step, like the last one over here by the tail, and it wouldn't look like that. Let's drop the gears now. It looks kind of shallow there. I'm doing this just so we don't see the weird effect of the plane popping up from the water, like pop. There, unlock the tail wheel. It doesn't want to move really. It like feels like it's kind of like wet sand or something really soft. It doesn't want to move really. Alright. Parking brakes applied. Shut her off for a minute here. Engine number 2, engine number 1. Good. Going back on the propeller RPMs too, and I'm gonna put the battery on off. Wow. I don't know if that problem is still here, but if you just sit with the battery on, it would drain really fast. That was the thing before. I just, went away for a bit and came back, and I just didn't have any power left. So we don't want that. How about those clouds over there? Looking seriously realistic. Cool. For those who haven't heard, this paint scheme is from the movie Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, 1985. And I didn't find many paint schemes to this one actually, but I'm happy I found this one because I kind of like that movie. And I love that the fact the goose was in it, so I already knew the goose before I saw the movie. I saw the goose first time in series Tales of the Gold Monkey, so I was familiar with it. And when I saw it, I was like, yes, that is so cool. I didn't like the fact she called it a canoe with wings, but it was kind of funny anyway, so it is a canoe with wings. Coolest canoe ever. I'm gonna be flying in a minute. Just enjoying the view and have to eat a little. I don't know if I can bring up the fishing stool right now because we're on land, but maybe I can. Hang on. Fishing stool. No. I would see the line coming from there. So if I was a water, you would see that little fishing rod and fishing stool coming up on right here on the roof between the engines. It's kind of cool. This is by far one of the coolest places in the game. I just have to say it. The model is absolutely fantastic. And I love the animations and the functions that you can actually open the windows for starters. That little James Bond panel in the middle coming up with the GPS and all the switches for the different functions like doors and ladder, fishing stool. And a transponder as well. You can also do this, like getting leather brown on the yolks. Just having just on one of them so you can see the difference here. Yeah, you get a few light switches here on the wings, so red, green, white, steady, amber. You get landing lights over here, pitot heat, and panel lights basically, setting up the whole panel. That is also one thing I really love about this. I mean, it's really old school. Like, it's just a bulb lighting up this whole area basically. So really simple. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So I love the configuration about the fuel in this one. I mean, setup, because you don't have a cross-feed valve on the Microsoft one, so it doesn't matter in this game anyway, because in a way it does, because you can just, I don't even know if you can choose both tanks. So what I remember, you could just use one at a time, so you just had to keep track of to, you know, switch sides every now and then so you can keep the balance. But the thing with the cross feed was the fact that if you were in water for real and in real life, you would get imbalanced just because of that, because it would run right through to the other wing, the wing that is leaning down. And it's heavy and it's not getting lighter, so that would be a problem. All right, let's get her started. right. Looks great. Look at the water. It is amazing. Very tropical. Yeah. All right. How's the temperature coming up? Yeah, soon there. Soon there. We're just below the green there on oil temp. I'm gonna, yeah, we basically have wind coming from behind almost, like there. No, hang on, we're actually into the wind, right? I'm getting confused because this one doesn't turn, like it's a needle that's turning, so I'm not used to that. So we actually perfect lined up into the wind. It's très bien. Let's go. Flaps 30. Let's check the trim though. Yeah, it's crazy. Nose down, nose up. I mean, it should be around 1, but yeah, we'll see. That's what they say. People who know. All right. So bringing forward the RPM on the propellers and mixture's good. Auto rich, carburetors looking good with the temperature there, and we reached the green field on both engines, so very good to take off. Wheels are up and lights are on. All right, let's go. Step here, bouncing a little. Oh Lord. Okay, we actually got good lift there. Almost felt like we got it from a wave or whatever. That's not included in the physics, but the day that that day comes, it's gonna be awesome for seaplanes in this simulator. That's for sure. You're gonna have to consider the wakes, and you're gonna consider the waves as well. Hopefully there's gonna be some third party putting in floating stuff like logs or whatever that you have to look out for when you land, basically. So it's gonna be a more exciting time in the simulator, for sure. So we got Honolulu over there on the horizon. Yeah, actually I think we're gonna turn towards land. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. I don't know the actual airspace around here, but rules are the ain't no rules right now, I guess. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. Snap a few pictures here. Just have to. That's it. Around. I was a little high on RPM there for a while, that's for sure. Alright, so I thought I actually reset flaps, but the lever is still on 30. But I watched from outside, I was like, alright, they're up. Seems like they actually, when you're going too fast, I don't know if that's real or not, but it might be like you just come up while you're going too fast, basically. I don't know. I don't know how strong they are, actually. I don't have too many stutters. It feels like the added I would actually want to check out. Yeah, it looks like it's still messed up over there. Like there was the area around here that was, yeah, it is messed up because it's actually missing. So I don't know. It seems like I didn't download that part, or I don't know if why it's missing here. So you get real buildings and then you just don't get anything just around here, and then you get buildings again. So the next area starts around here. Oh, good thing to look out for airplanes here. Yeah, that is a good idea, David. So we got an answer. I shouldn't be flying here. I should have stayed over water, pretty low. Not over 1500 or maybe even 500. All right. We are approaching Honolulu. We're gonna be landing on the water here and then get up to the, not the terminal, but basically where we let people off or picking up other stuff going back or going somewhere else, who knows. Pretty sure we're gonna have a pretty good relation to the wind here coming this way. I think we're gonna be coming straight into the wind. Alright, stuttering going on here now, so it is not that shadow, cause that I want, oh, it's over there. Alright. I just saw a shadow over an airplane, like, oh shoot, where's that plane? Looks like it's close. Alright, so I need to figure out a way to with the buildings here, but because that's another very bad spot right there. Alright. Flaps 30 coming down. RPM full. Gears up. And landing lights on. I can do this right. I don't want to go around here because I need to I might have to cross the runway for that if I'm too late. So I actually don't have much. It looks like I have long, you know, good space here, but it's not. Maybe half of this, and then I actually need to turn around if I'm not making this properly. We're too fast. And the thing about this, around 100, it feels natural to me. Like that's almost a little too slow for me. What I feel is for seaplane landing, but that's just my weird speed reference of speed. Yeah, that was 1, and that was 2, and then comes number 3. It's getting worse every time. I'm not happy with the configuration here at all. I'm having so much trouble just with this one. So this is the 3rd Goose I've flown, and you know, it's the best one, so you can just figure this should have the best configured flight dynamics. Oh please, no, not now. Here we go. I have no flaps now, so I actually, oh, this is, no, I'm gonna do it over. So full flaps 30, going around and doing so very late, very too late. Okay, I'm gonna mess this up even more. All right, here we go. No, we saved it. I actually lost all lift there for a while and going straight down to the side. The rudder saved me a lot. Alright, let's do it over. I can't be impatient, David. Can't be impatient with this. Doesn't work like that. No room to get pissed. It's like a very thin line. It's almost like with stress. So there's just this, what I call a right amount of stress when you actually perform a lot better with things, and you're more, you have this perfect balance between being defensive and offensive. That's how I think anyway. Alright, so 30 coming down. No, hang on. This is not good. It's not satisfying. Alright, we got a little more speed now, so I'm gonna do some rudder input here and try to turn right. Yeah, that feels good. That's good. I'm a little high though, so I'm gonna ease up with the throttle. See if yeah, this is too fast for 30 flaps. Anyway, so you sometimes find a sweet spot, you know, when you just right amount of stressed, or sometimes the right amount of pissed, I don't know. But I do pretty good then. But if I, you know, I'm too careful, I usually mess up. And if I'm too comfortable, that's not good either. So it's really like a sweet spot for me. I need to widen that range. It's bouncing. Let's lose the flaps at all. Oh, what is going on? I can't do this. Maybe it's the water. Like I haven't seen anyone land on rough waters like this, a little rougher. I've just seen them land on calm lakes and such. So I don't know if that's the reason they just nail it, and I don't know. A little more. Okay, I need to try a little more high nose, high pitch on the nose. See, I have a really much. I've trimmed really like up with the nose now right now, and just can't seem to be. This is the last call. I need to fix it now. I need to get her down right now. Stop bouncing. What is going on from outside? I need to check that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I usually say it, that's the word I use. It's ridiculous. It's starting to be ridiculous actually, so. Yeah, and the rudders are still up. That's interesting. Alright. Well, you can't have it all, can you? Maybe better next time. No, but I actually tried on Calmer Lake too, and it doesn't matter. If I mess up the attitude, for some reason, don't trim right and have the exact right speed. And I think my main issue that I think it's too slow. So it feels for me that I'm coming in so slow when I'm coming in around 70, 80, 70, around there. And I actually have to land just below 70 because that's when I lose my lift, basically. Maybe I'm gonna try different ways. I'm gonna try to come in a little faster sometimes, maybe, and to see if I can. A little faster, a little higher with the nose. With a little less power then, I guess, so I don't lift again. I don't know. I just have to find a way because I love this plane, so I want to fly it. But this thing has been really bugging me, like, yeah. Hence the reinstallation and the messing up with the scripts. Did a little too much there, I guess. I almost had it, but no, the plane just turns more sluggish and I just put more weight on it, and maybe I should put the CG more in front, like not even like this. Maybe I need to have it more to the front. Maybe that would stop it from bouncing. I don't know, because I had it way back and that didn't help at all, so that just made things worse basically. The CG have to be maybe a little more forward. Right, I don't know where the ramp is. I'm just gonna yeah, maybe that white, I don't know, looks more like a duck to me. Putting the gears up, dropping them, and that's the effect. All right, wheel is not locked. Good. So we're just gonna park here, take a little break, basically unpack or reload or whatever you will call it. You want to call it. So the wind comes from there, I guess. Then it's the safest to have it behind us. Maybe. I actually don't know. I would secure the aircraft anyway, but I think there's some basic rules about how you park your aircraft depending on the winds, if you can choose. I mean, there aren't any other rules telling otherwise. All right, parking brake on. Killing number 1, killing number 2. That sound though, it's just so much higher than the engine sound. I don't think that's right. All right, gonna clean this baby up a bit. Oh, what was that? Started. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna shut everything down here, and that's off, I believe. Yeah, it is. All right. Don't have to touch these though, because I killed the battery already, so it can't actually Be like that. It's alright, it's okay. You need those. You need the switches off. There. Alright. This is how nerdy I like it. Right, that must be hydraulics. Or some kind of pump. Because it doesn't happen. I can't get the flaps back. Since I stopped the engines. Alright, let's see if I do this. Just batteries on, generators on. Not gonna bother with the fuel. I'm just gonna turn it a couple of times. See if it helps for the flaps to come up. It doesn't. Alright. Now we know. Alright. Shut it down. Alright, gonna take a little break here, but we'll be back in a couple of minutes actually, so enjoy the view and the incoming planes or whatever planes flying by and the beautiful scenery, rainbows and unicorns and whatnot. See you in a bit. How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Because I am right now. Great. Doing what I like. All right. So we're gonna check the map. See, I don't think we can do any any flight plans really, but I'm getting there. Still trying to learn how to fly, basically. Not that bad, but it's annoying that I can't land this one on water. Not without effort, a lot of effort, and a little bit of frustration too, at times. And that's not okay. Not a good combo. Okay. I don't know how this part with Ford Island looks like, Pearl Harbor. I don't think there are any good docks there, but we're gonna, go fly over there and check it out anyway. Maybe doing a landing here on this one. I don't know the name of the airfield, but why not? And then we go back to here and basically where we started, I think. We started, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right here on this little there in the middle. You can see my exactly there on the peak on the little thingy. Not big enough to call it a peninsula. I think. All right. Let's shut the doors and configure for startup. Yeah. That one first. It's a lot of planes going back and forth over here. I know it's an airport, but it kind of doesn't make sense the way they fly. Like, what? No. All right. Ladder in and close that one up. Good. Close this one. Batteries on. Generators on. Fuel on both. Crossfeed closed. Engine valves on. Left and right. Put this on rich. I don't know if they're supposed to be like this, but for now, because I'm gonna put up some fuel to the engine, so I have no idea if you actually can do that while these are closed. The mixture levers. I don't know if you say levers or levers. I heard both. Okay, so carburetor temp both look fine. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them right there. And yeah, let's do a little more. How much fuel pressure do we have? Like none almost. Very low. So let's get that up for starters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't know how many times you need to do it, but we have 6 now, and that's maximum. We have to be over 6. So this is good enough. And then we're going to prime the engines, going once, twice, 3 and 4, and then we're going to just pull these back all the way, the mixtures, and have a little Up a little with the throttle there. And these are on both magnetos. Okay. Clear prop. Feels like I'm forgetting something, but I'm sure we'll be fine. There we go, and there, introducing fuel. And same with engine number 1. There it goes, and introducing fuel. Alright. Bring them on auto rich. Auto rich. Somewhat parallel. Temperatures coming up slowly. Fuel pressure is good. Oil pressure is perfect. I don't know where these are supposed to be, but cylinder head temp. I'd like the carburetors to be around 20, so I'm gonna put these up a little, help them a bit. Alright. Releasing parking brakes, and tail wheel is unlocked. Good, because we'll need that. Water rudder, yeah, let's leave it down. Whatever, can't really see anything, so no water rudder there. Starts to rain now. Cool. Alright, we're gonna ease ourselves forward into the water. Don't have to rev the engines too much for that. They are not warm enough just yet. There comes a go around. Yeah, just turning like this and going straight down into the water. Yeah. That's it. Flaps 30. Take off. Set the trim. Where are we? Yeah, like almost 4. It was really ridiculous amount of input there on the trim. Landing. Yeah, 1 is good. Although we have the wind right in our tail, so we're gonna have to taxi out a bit. And the RPMs on props there. And let's check the map here before. Maybe we can just turn right here and come out of this bay and take off out to sea and turn around basically over here. That ought to be good. That should work. Actually, I think we can take off with the wind on our tail, but that's just not right. Also, there are incoming planes coming over there, so rather not fly right there. Yeah, close up this one. Not that I've heard enough sputtering, because I kind of can't have enough of it, but what happened there. Alright, so the temps are almost good. Good on the right, but not on the left. Let's run the left a little more. Go. Cut back on the right. That was actually not the right thing to do, but I think it's warm enough to just add a little RPMs to. Well, I would. Anyway. For whatever reason, the right one got a little cold. Not as hot anyway. Yeah, I haven't started with the run-ups just yet. I think I will get there when I start with my checklists. I will have to do more flying. Then I will. I mean, I'm basically doing my checklist, but I don't do any run-ups. It's that the checklist is not in front of me, it's in my head, and that is not correct entirely, no. Head is forgetful sometimes. Look at that. We actually did a little trail there in the water from the float. That's so cool. A little splashing and water drops coming up from that, and we're set, and the nose as well. So that was the thing I was so fascinated. I'm still fascinated by it, but especially as a kid, see these gooses come in and land and settle on the water, and as they do, a lot of amount of water just coming up from the fuselage, from the bottom, and it splashes right through the props. That's the usual way I've seen them, and it makes this funny noise. The water coming through the props. And also you can see it on the windows splashing up. That's cool. I think I'm a little off here. Maybe not. Maybe we're good. Water taxi. Water taxiing. Shall we do a little step taxi? But I don't know the area too well, so we will maybe do a little step taxi in a bit, but just need to come through here to see that. I mean, it looks free, so let's do some step taxiing. I'm losing the 30 flaps to none. We're on a step. Yeah, let's try to take off with no flaps this time, just for fun. Alright, full. Here we go. Here we go. Yes! It actually felt very realistic as for the response of the airplane, and Yeah, one thing that kind of when I messed up the scripts every now and then, and that was so weird because I changed a couple of values. Didn't have anything to do with the engines at all. It's just basically the surfaces, the wings, and lift and such. But every now and then, I think twice, I had the same issue. Like, it was an old bug that came back. Basically, I never experienced that before, but I've seen people have that problem where you're basically losing all your fuel very fast. So if you go into this, you set up the fuel and the weight, you could just see how fast they were dropping. And now it was like maybe 5 or 6 times faster than this on idle, basically. So you didn't have to use the engines. So we have a lot of RPM going on now. I'm gonna give it some relief. Yeah, something like that. We could actually go much higher on the manifold pressure. That seems about right. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this. Just wanted to demonstrate the speed of fuel consumption, and it was like 5 or 6 times faster on idle, basically. So you didn't want to know how fast it was when you actually took off. So that was a bug that just yeah. So that's basically when I had to remove the plane because I didn't know what values caused that bug to reappear, be reactivated or whatever. inlet. And we got Ford Island in front of us and Pearl Harbor National, not National Aviation Museum. Yeah, something weird going on with the water textures around here. That's something that came with that third-party add-on. Ought to be removed. Just looks weird. But I can't remove the whole thing because I wouldn't have the memorials then, so. That is something. War must be the most stupid thing in human history. You can't sell that. However you want, do some sports or whatever, but it's always about blood and killing, vengeance and whatnot. It's so pointless. I don't even have words for how pointless it is. Just stating the obvious, but it's a bit overwhelming when you come to think of it. And that the fact that there are like leaders making decisions and making people believe that is freedom and that's what we fight for. Yeah, of course, if the rules apply for everyone, then that's what it's going to be. Of course, I know that, but it wouldn't be absolutely great if that all could be settled with like sports or whatever, like take two teams and play ball or whatever, and winner takes whatever was at stake, basically. I don't know if that would be possible, probably not, but it's a good dream and it's smart. I mean, let the leaders fight. Put them in the frickin' box and let them tear their eyes out and whatnot. So that could settle. And you could say they are fighters and good leaders who defend their country. Sitting in a chair, just don't even watching people die because they don't have to look at it. I'm generalizing. They are different. Or good leaders too. I know that, but it's a weird dynamic in the world. I just don't understand the human race. And sometimes I'm just ashamed of being one. Even if I'm not directly involved. It's a weird thing. They are heroes, not the leaders. If they had any luck in the war, they become heroes in a way, but I mean, they can be good at what they do as leaders, but true heroes are ones with their lives at stake, and that is so sad. And the families involved and everything. Very upsetting. harbor reminds of that. The messed up politics. And in a way, you didn't think that could happen again, so Putin did what he did. It was quite a shock for me, for many, I guess. Coming down. Oh, good Lord, that was a bad lineup. Yes, it's not gonna happen. Okie dokie. Yeah, let's bring those wheels up, back up. Flaps 30. To left traffic here. I'm gonna have to make a phone call when I land, I guess. I haven't even called in. Let's do that. I never do it. Not while talking anyways. Yep, that's the one. Let's see where they want us to go also. So let's just do a touch and go.
Wheeler Tower, Grumman, November Victor Foxtrot 84 is 1 mile west 1,500 feet with Echo Touch and Go.
Grumman November Victor Foxtrot 84 Wheeler Tower. Altimeter 29.9, 2 wind 218
Right
at
traffic,
13.
alright. That settles
Fly
it.
right traffic runway 24.
Enter right downwind.
If I'm
runway
not totally
24
confused
Grumman
about
Foxtrot
right and
84.
left traffic, I think that the runway should be on my right hand, right traffic, and I'd be on their right hand as well coming in, so that makes sense. Alright. Yeah, let's come up with the flaps all the way now. Just gonna burn unnecessary much fuel. The drag going on. Alright, so I haven't done too many landings with this version.
Grumman Foxtrot 84 wind 218 at 1 tree. Clear touch and go right traffic runway 24.
Yeah, got it.
Clear touch and go runway 24 Grumman Foxtrot 84.
Shifting right turn. Actually gonna come down with the gears, so create a little drag there. And there it is, yeah. I need to sign a better key or button for the gears. Okay, flaps 30. There it is, alright. I almost messed up one more time. I'm still on right base. Ish. Okay, landing lights on, gears down. We're going pretty slow now. It's disconcerting. Or concerning? Disconcerting. I'd have to look that one up. Disconcerting? I think it's disconcerting. It's the word I'm looking for, but okay, so we have full flaps coming in a little too fast though, I'd say, but more power, more nose down with the trim. Don't want to land with the nose up today. rotate. Bagger. Yep, losing the flaps coming up. Are we actually lifting, or what is going on, man? I'm not sure what that was, but it felt like we still had lift, and I really get rid of the flaps, and yeah, maybe it's that floating effect. Maybe the ground effect is a little too much on this one if you compare it to other planes. I don't know, right? Other Gooses even, so maybe that is what's going on. Maybe this one needs to be updated, who knows. And that would actually make me happy, because I would get my confidence back. Actually, I kind of lost it. Yeah, I didn't do a touch and go. Technically, I'm still rolling. Oh, there. Now I'm not, so I messed that one up too. I came to a full stop. What do you know? Alright, let's taxi back. I'm really not being on top of things today. But this is the place to do it. This is simulator anyway. It's my bad excuse. Just to try keep things real whenever I mess up. It's just a simulator. It's okay. Well, for starters, I need to start with checklists. That's for sure. That's number one. If I want to keep it real. Alright, let's taxi back and take off, and then we're gonna get back to the same bay where we came from, and we'll call it a day. Or a stream. Taxiing a little fast here, I think. Feels like it anyway. Turbo taxi. Spotter. I might do some trucking as well pretty soon, but I don't like to, you know, swap the equipment too much. Not so much with the flight equipment, with the yoke and stuff. They are pretty easy to get, you know, just disconnect, get rid of. But the whole steering wheel, it's like sitting on a, what do you call it, like I mean, it should be easy to move it all because it's kind of stuck together. It's mounted together on a. That's the word I can't come up with right now, but basically everything is movable at one time. So the gear stick, wheel, and the pedals just on one piece, so I can just move it. It sounds like it should be easy, but it's actually not, because it was not good from start and I had to modify it. And those modifications, I mean, they are good as long as I don't move it. When I start to move it back and forth, it needs to be looked over and tightened and whatnot. So whenever I get it into place, it's usually fine, but I don't want to move it then. So that's why I kind of just sticking to the flying now for a bit. And but yeah, depending on how this week will go, I might set up the steering wheel by the end of the week for the weekend. I might, because I miss it, and I'm sure there are viewers that prefer trucking before flying. So I'm the other way around, but it's fine, whatever it is. Flaps 30. Trimming. That's it. And full power. Working with the rudders here. Tail coming up. I forgot to lock the wheel, tail wheel. Maybe that was the issue actually when we landed, that it turned for some reason. So checklists are really good to have. Landing checklists before landing, checklists before takeoff checklists. Indeed it is. Gears coming up. Flaps coming up. Flaps retracted. Gears are up and verified. Taking a right, initiating a right turn. It's up on the throttle a bit, coming down with the RPMs a bit. That's about right. Getting there. That's good. I'm satisfied with this. A little bit more on the RPMs, coming down with a little more. There. That's perfect. Très bien, monsieur. C'est très bien. Let's take a screenshot. Ah oui. Merci beaucoup. All right. Would be nice to fly in this little valley down here. Little track or whatever going on in the landscape. With a small Kit Fox or X-Cub or whatever. Piper Cub. I mean, it's maneuverability you want there, so with this one it's a little iffy. You can do it, but it's kind of risky. I actually crashed yesterday. I think it was yesterday's stream in Rio, flying a Kit Fox. Got a little too comfortable with it, in combination with having.
Foxtrot 84 wind 218 at 1 tree. Clear touch and go right traffic runway 24.
All right. Yeah.
Clear touch and go
No.
runway 24 Grumman Foxtrot 84.
Cancel landing intentions. All right. I don't know what
Wheeler
happened there.
Tower
but
Grumman Foxtrot
It makes sense.
84 cancel landing
I wasn't
intention.
supposed to stop. So.
Grumman Foxtrot 8 for your cancellation is received.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Yeah. So what happened was I got a little too comfortable, and it was closing in to the end of the stream, and I had really low blood sugar. I was like hungry like way an hour before actually, or more. I mentioned it in the beginning. Oh, I started without eating. That's not good. Yeah, and then all of a sudden I make these spontaneous maneuvers back and forth, and yeah, it's kind of mountainous area with mountains, and so I just, yeah, it was just a matter of time for doing the wrong thing. Look at that river down there, winding river. That's cool. All right. Getting a few decent shots here, for sure. Something like this, maybe. That's right. That looked cool. Right, we're getting back to that. Might have to turn a bit, I think. Check the map. Only thing we got right now going on. The GPS. Right. I'm actually going the wrong way. I should have been flying over these peaks, but it's alright. We're turning down now, and maybe we can pick up some speed, and we'll be fine. I'd say it's maybe 20 minutes maximum left of the stream, maybe 15. We'll be fine. Right. Let's keep turning. Right here. Get down. Oh, that is so cool. Look at that. Look at those shades. It's just stunning. Stunning, stunning. There you go. Right there. Right. Okay, so visibility starting to get bad here. Yes, obviously. But it's just temporary, so we're gonna fly through it and we'll be fine. Very temporary. So we got quite good speed, good speed here, 155. That is, I think it's knots, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's knots. Knots, nuts. Like 155 nuts. Talk about a happy squirrel. Or a happy nutcase, whatever. I wonder how this plane sounds with the earpiece simulation. When you have the headset on, you can simulate that kind of noise, and you can hear the engines, but you barely hear them, and you hear them a little. On the other hand, I love to hear the engines, so I'd rather fly like this. But yeah, in real life you would have to reduce that noise. Was not the best choice. We recovered some speed there, but I was going too slow for taking that decision. Oh, I'm going to go up here straight to the mountains and try to get close to these trees, and I got too close because I miscalculated. Now I am one tree. That's what we say here in Sweden, träskalle. Like wooden head or whatever. Stupid. Someone who's stupid. Träskalle. This is kind of cool. Wouldn't you say? Would be awesome to go there to Hawaii, visit these islands and meet the locals. I don't know if they like meeting tourists, probably not. Not a lot of them, maybe some of them don't. I'm assuming. But I would love to meet locals and get to know them a little. That would be so awesome. Like real Hawaiians. Yeah, I can hear someone saying, first off, that's not what you call them. Second, whatever. I feel very ignorant. I mean, if you think about it, coming by knowledge today is much easier than it was when I was a kid. I mean, you could, but you had to go to the library or talk with an old wise man, or now you can get all the knowledge just by starting your computer or your phone. This makes me sound old. It's okay. This plane is older than me. It's okay. I want a screenshot. Right there. Yes, that was cool. I believe that was a cool one. All right, so this is not the bay. I think we have to go further down. I think it might be the next one. Let's check it out so we can actually plan for a landing in time. Yeah, I think we're still a little too early. Yes, we are. No, that's what I was. No. Yeah. So we're going down here, basically. So we need to. But it is here. We're coming in so fast. It's actually right here. So I misread. No problem. We take another turn and then we come back in. No problemo. Just nice to have a little overlook, check out the waters, see if we can see any floating palm trees or whatever. I don't know. That's the spot. That's where we're going. Excuse me. All right. If you actually know any place like this boat or ship is always here, then you could actually use that as a pickup point or a point where you leave people or stuff. Maybe you could make missions doing that. Okay, we get another picture. A really good one, I must say. Like, almost perfect. Comes another one. Alright. So we're gonna do a left turn and we're gonna come over those trees there and hopefully able to put her down without too much bouncing. That's my issue right now, for sure. Okay, ease up with the throttle here. Gears up. And flaps coming down to 30. RPM up. Next. Whoa, that was weird. Alright, sorry about that. Just fiddling with the cameras in the last minute. You don't have that problem in real life, so. Losing lift a little too high up. That's okay. Just get rid of the flaps here, and only thing I don't like that we are leaning to the left. Yeah, you don't lose speed this fast. I just don't see how that is happening usually. It's like you're coming, I'm sure it should be a little faster, but you know, I might be confused about perception of speed here. Speed is my good old friend in real world. I love speed references, and that's what's been taking me through a professional life of being a driver of any kind. Maybe, yeah, right. Maybe we have to change, I don't know, maybe that's something about the field of view or whatever. But I've tried to change it back and forth, and I didn't notice any changes. So, depth of field. I had that on off before, I think, and I mean, I still have the same. Let's put that on off. I have no clue what that does really. I think lens correction always used to be on off before. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's gonna change. It's beautiful. Yeah, I think that's our spot. Or am I mistaken? Oh, that is our spot. That's where we gonna leave off. Alright, well, I think I'm pretty happy about this stream, even though I was a little bouncy, but I fought it just too much in the earlier ones, like really frustrated with it. Changed back and forth between this one and the Microsoft Goose. I kind of want those flight dynamics with this model, that's what I want, but well. I'm pretty sure they did a great job. I mean, big radials must be really... I'm sure the only limitation they've got is built into the simulator, so it's Asoba's thing to do anything about that, but I don't know, since the other Goose actually has different dynamics, and that is built by Microsoft, so They know their stuff, so they have different references, it seems. And there might be some trade-offs, like big radios, like no, we're not going to do that because that would make this and that would be inaccurate for the model of aircraft. So I don't know. I'm not an expert. Yeah, coming up from the water. Turn around here and park. Can't go too far though because bushes are kind of in the way, but it's alright. Maybe we can do this. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't turn. Why? Oh no! Yeah, I'm not used to the RPMs. Oh my god, yeah, the RPM's coming down so slow on this one. I'm sure that's the way it's gonna be, but I'm like, kill the throttle a long time ago and it was just kept going. And also it didn't turn for whatever reason. Now it's not locked, so it's unlocked. So you should be able just to turn basically around your own axis here. It just won't do that. Come on. Turn, you bird. Left, you stupid bird, left. That's from Willow. Original movie. Left, you stupid bird. Alright. It is what it is. Now I'm parked anyway, and I'm gonna these rid of the magnetos and flaps up good. Carbs on cold, propellers all the way back. Whee! Fuel valves shut, engine valve shut, crossfeed is good, and main fuel well valve is off, generators off. Turn off all the lights too. Not all the lights, but the external lights anyway. There, and gonna turn off the battery there. Good. Forgotten something? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Just unload everything and open everything just like this. So, yeah, thanks. There we go. That's that. That's that for today's stream. Thank you for watching, and hope you can join the next one. Have a good morning, evening, or night, or day. See you in the next